what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's March 20th, just after 11 o'clock. The WeatherBug app says the local temperature for Jacksonville, North Carolina is 79 degrees. The humidity is 60%, and it's a little windy today, as you'll probably hear shortly. 13-mile-an-hour gusts. So I'm going off of the WeatherBug app because our local weather station is down right now, waiting for a part to come in. So this is going to be a routine inspection now that spring is here. I'll be inspecting the hives on a 10-day schedule, so about 3 times a month, and the idea with that is you can basically get ahead of any possible swarms by seeing queen cells develop. So it's a little later this year than usual. Previous years I've usually gotten into the hives in January, February. However, I did mention before that I wanted to do something a little different this year and give them as much uninterrupted time just in case any cold snaps came through. However, spring is here. We're a few days into the season. I do not expect any cold snaps to come through, so we are in the clear. Alright, enough of me yapping. We're just going to get into each hive. It is a little windy, like I said, so depending how that goes, if the bees get irritated, I'll just do a quick check. I did get into the hives a few weeks ago. I posted a few pictures on social media, Instagram and Facebook. I did not record that. The hives were queen right then. I just removed a center frame or two, so if the weather doesn't cooperate or if the bees get agitated, I'll probably just do the same, but that'll be on camera. Just remove a few center frames. I will show you a quick tip as far as how to check very dark, older comb for eggs. Spoiler alert, it's just a small, really cheap, inexpensive flashlight, but I'll show you how that works. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications of future videos. Well, let's get into the hives and see how they're doing. Alright, here we go folks. We're going to get into hive number 1. Let's see what they've been up to. Like usual, just give them a little puffs of smoke at the entrance. Give the inner cover a few puffs of smoke. Give them a second. Settle down. Alright. Should be good. Let's get to it. Bees up in the top box. It's always a good thing. That's a good demonstration of what a food store is. Look at all the pollen on that. And then this one is nectar. So something else I've mentioned in several videos, east is directly this way. So in the morning when the sun peeks over the bushes and the trees, the sun hits the left side of the box. What I've noticed over the years, I keep mentioning this in practically all my videos, because I find it so interesting that the side of the box that gets first sun typically has the best brood. So the left side of my boxes, is that for this one or is that the next one? Typically the left side of the boxes have some of the best brood in it. So we're on frame what? 5? Yeah, so 5, capping some honey around the outside, which is what you want to see. Nectar and food, and then as I mentioned in the intro, let me grab this flashlight here. So, nothing expensive, the kit, but if you have a hard time seeing eggs, especially an older comb like this, you have a flashlight. Yeah, so there's eggs. Hopefully this is on camera. There's eggs right here. So it's always best to check around brood. But yeah, there's eggs here, here. Some people would initially say that looks like spotty brood, but there's eggs throughout, so they still have a queen. Alright, over here at Hive 2, bees from Hive number 1 are still agitated. Let's see. Let's get everything positioned right. Take the supers off, like usual. Give them some smoke, maybe in a second to chill out. Tell you what, when you space out your time between inspections, seriously glue stuff together. If I can get this out in time. Yeah, look at that frame, that's nice. Check this out. There's a bee hatching right up here at the very top. Looks like a drone right there hatching out, trying to get out of the cell. That's a drone cell right there. As you can see, it protrudes, it sticks out from the frame, and the rest of the very smooth capped brood. Oh look, it's a nice queen cup right there, and that's on top. That's a super seedral. It's kind of strange because I'd say this hive has pretty good genetics. Let's see if it's dry or wet, as they say. Actually, just show you what that means. So something I did not understand my first year or two, really, is queen cups. So let's take a look. Alright, so that's considered dry, meaning there's no egg or larva in there. So I'd freak out when I saw a queen cup, thinking, oh no, the hive's going to swarm. They're always in some sort of prepared state, really. Capped brood, we got some spun larva there. And we got eggs at the bottom, so just like that. It doesn't take much to determine whether or not your hive is queen right. But since we're in here, let's take a look around real quick. Oh yeah, this hive is going to explode. So you saw the previous frame. I mean, this is frame number 2, and it is packed with brood. Check that out. She's laying in both boxes nicely too. Alright, we're looking good. Let's give this hive some smoke. It's always a good sign when you have bees in the top box. It means they're working. Alright, so I can't remember if it was this super or the other super, but I placed a super on one of these two hives in July, and I left it on all winter, and by September it was a brand new super too. And I've said this a few times, and I think I just repeat myself when I find certain things interesting. It was a brand new super, brand new foundation, no wax drawn. The bees drew it out within 2 months. And the queen completely filled it with brood. So I decided to leave it on, and I'm glad I did, because wax moths did not get into it. Just a quick look at some of the drawn frames. Wax moths did not get into it because the bees were occupying it. So I plan on doing the same this year after our honey harvest in June, July. Whatever new equipment I have, or any equipment really, I'm just going to add it to the colonies and let them draw it out. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's do this. So I have 1 or 2 frames of some cut comb this year. A lot of people have been asking. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the new equipment or any equipment on the hives. Let the bees work it. Expand the brood chamber. It seemed to work very well this year. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or if things are working, don't change your method. Good. Thing really. I was gonna say very nice capped brood. I mean, this side does, and they got some spun larvae there. Oops, the veil just hit the camera. I mean, they got some spun larvae here to include. Yeah, there's eggs. There's eggs all the way out here. But then when you look at the other side, it's the same thing. Pollen, spun larvae. Not that well organized compared to the other colonies. Let's see how the rest of the frames look. See, this is one of those frames that I'll definitely have to get the flashlight and take a closer look, because that doesn't look good. But then, let me see if I can get this on camera. So that looks spotty to me, but then when you go over here, you can see nice pupated larvae, spun larvae. And then at the very far side, hopefully the camera sees that, there's eggs. So even though it doesn't look visually appealing at first, like other frames or other colonies where it's just completely packed, don't dismiss it, because that frame in about 10 days could be totally capped, and then within about 2 weeks or so afterward, you'll have a whole bunch of new bees. Typical. There's the brood. Brood and food. Food and brood. Yeah, that looks nice. There we go. Look a little better. colony's definitely bringing in the pollen. Oh look, there's the queen. Right there. Trying to hide. See her? Right there. Now I'm not going to mess around too much because the last time I did this, a year ago or so, just messing around showing the camera the queen, she flew off. Alright, move a few things out of the way, like usual. Give them some smoke, but you know what? Let me show you. Let me give you a point of view perspective when you open an outer cover, what you want to see. You definitely want to see the bees in the top box. It means they're working away. Alright, enough of me screwing around. Laid just a day ago. Yep. There we go. Alright, so now it's decision time, really. Check this out. It's hard to say. I mean, I imagine that's a queen cup of some sort. These look like drone. Let's see how the rest of the colony looks, because that does concern me. That is a weird looking queen cell to me. Let's see how the rest look. I'm going to take a look at the frame before it again, because I'm very sure I saw day-old eggs, which is why, I don't know, I'm just a little puzzled. Where did I see eggs? This side? Yeah? So what is that, the third frame? Yeah, third frame has day-old eggs. Fourth frame has a funky looking cell. Yeah, I mean, look at that, frame after frame. Yeah, check that out. The bees were covering that. Almost missed it too. That's a no kidding swarm cell there. Alright, so between the one in the top box, and that's frame 4. I think the other one was frame 4 too. So frame 4 on both the top and bottom box have swarm cells. So it's decision time. That is some weird looking comb there. Hopefully I can find the queen. If I can find the queen, that'll make things a little easier. Look. Where'd that cell go? They were working. Yeah, check that out. It's definitely swarm season. Spring's here. Alright, shake some bees in the box, with some bees is what I was going to say. Because the amount of bees out in the field, it's a pretty good amount. They'll return to the hive and, oh, there she is. Okay, shoot. Ha! Oh man, that's awesome. Alright, so now, let's see, hope I still got her. Not bad for Amazon purchase. Alright, there she is. There's the queen, the current queen. Hopefully you can see her. Oh, shoot. She got out. How in the world? No way. Alright. Gosh damn it. How did that happen? Barely moved. Alright, did it once. Can do it again. Gosh damn it. Now it's gonna get frustrating if I can't find her relatively quickly. It is challenging, at least for me. Gosh damn it. There she is. No screwing around this time. Do I have her? Yes. She's in there. Now. Frame. Trying to think. Oh yeah. So not to mention, I don't think I showed this. Hopefully you can see that. That's a wet. That is what people call a wet queen cell. It's got a larva in there. So yeah, this hive is definitely going to swarm. So if I didn't do anything, that one too. That's another one right there. So if I didn't do anything, they were definitely going to swarm. Alright, so let's find a good frame. Some food. Which is probably going to be the top box here. Alright, I'm back. Had to run to the house, grab some frames. So, something that I've learned along the way, there's no such thing as extra frames. So if you can see this, hopefully you can. Well actually, let me just start with this box and then I'll put the other one on top. Just gonna slide this nice new frame into position here. Give them some smoke. So now they are queenless. We got 3 there. 3rd frame, bottom box, three swarm cells. None there. However, let's just check this last one. Oh yeah. So we got 3, look at that, 4 and 5. Usually don't check that frame, so glad I did. So we're at 5 in the bottom box. 5 swarm cells in the bottom box. 1 for sure in the top box, but let's just double check everything. So I caught them just in time. So we got 5 in the bottom. Don't recall anything on this one. I think I looked. Don't see anything there. So we're at 5, 6 for sure. No. Alright. So the final count, and I'm going to move this one to the center, they have 6 swarm cells. Whole bunch of capped drone cells, so they should be good. They should be alright. Alright, let's move down to the nuke. Just to double check. Hopefully I don't cause more problems, but double check that I do have the queen in here. And if I do, I'll definitely leave things alone. Check back in about a week maybe. Alright, there she is, right there. Found her. Let's let her move up the frame a little bit and I'll put it back. Maybe we can capture her laying an egg. There she is right there. This frame's a lot of food. Looking for an open cell, possibly. All through. Yep. Alright. Enough messing around. Queen is in the nuke. All is well. Let's put all this back together. There's a decent amount of bees in here. They should expand pretty quickly. So that was excellent timing to come out and check on the colonies. Alright, there is just something about being in the bees that is absolutely relaxing and rewarding at the same time. Share your comments if you feel the same. Not going to make a long-winded summary. Everything looks well. All the hives are queen right. Well, I take that back. 4 is now queenless, but obviously you saw that I made the split off of that one. That one has 5, at least 5 swarm cells, so they should be fine. The rest of the colonies are doing well. I'll check back in a few days. Let's see, today's what, Friday? Next week. I'll check back next week. Next week, the nuke here should definitely have evidence of eggs and cells. Some of the uncapped cells will become capped by then, but I know the queen's in there, so nothing really to worry about. Oh man, busier time in the bee yard than I thought. Definitely need to figure out how to use these a little better. Bought them off Amazon. I think that's the issue right here. That's completely closed. So again, if you're watching this video and you have more experience with me, especially with queen clips, it seems like it doesn't take much to pop that thing open, and I barely moved it the first time and she got out. And then second time too, I went to lift it off of the bottom of the nuke, and you know, split second, just like that, boom, gone. Alright, hey, thanks for watching Cole's Farm. Better late than never. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the bell to receive notifications. If you have any questions, tips, tricks, advice, anything like that, feel free to share. I always welcome criticism. Hopefully it's positive. Don't get too much negative stuff, so that's always nice. Trying to build our subscriber base. Please share our content with your friends and family. Here's a look at number 4. It'll take them a few days, I believe 48 hours, something like that. I read recently for the queen's pheromone to wear off. And then, although they already have a few swarm cells built, once the queen's pheromone is completely dissipated out of the hive, I think they'll go into full swarm mode. Just a quick look at all the entrances. I love this time of year. Spring is absolutely awesome along the coastal plain of North Carolina. And then hive number 1, they're doing okay. They're hanging in there.